Hey, what's up? I kind of modded night sights onto the M1911 in receiver 2. And I'm gonna show you how I did it, so you can do it as well, and you can add it to other guns. You see this blue, green, red? Of course it should all be green, kind of like in over here, but that's what it is for now, but easy to change. So, yeah, this gun does not have night sights by default in this game. Also, I don't know if the positioning of these dots is perfect. And maybe the shape of the sights is actually bad for this. But that's not a level I wanted to go to. It's possible to do that as well. Add some big primitives first. Remove the mesh for the existing sights. Anyways, so this is the 1911 with sights modded in, which is useful for darkness, which is not the current situation, but hey. Let me show you another gun. The SIG P226. That one already has sights, as you can see here. So what I did is kind of similar, but again the shape is different. Still better than nothing, but you could replace these as well if you wanted. So let's take a look at the code. The code is in here. I just took notes on the model hierarchy of the other guns. 1911 is over here, so we have the slide element, which is the parent of front sight and rear sight. This is different because sight front and sight rear, the names are different. And the Beretta doesn't have a front sight. The front sight is part of a slide mesh, just like in the C9. All the revolvers are all the same, they only have barrel and frame, which have the sights integrated in the model. And down here is the code that you have to inject, for which you use dnSpy. But first, let me reset. First, let me reset receiver. Let's go to manage. No, properties. Local files, verify integrity. This will just delete the modded files, which is only one. And then let's go to browse local files. And in receiver to data managed, we need the volfire.receiver2 DLL. Okay, so this is done. And dnSpy. So let me start dnSpy. If you don't know how to get it, there's many videos explaining how to download dnSpy. I'm just going to close everything and let me now drag in the Volfire receiver to DLL. In here we need to go to the, I believe it's called gun. Right, in receiver 2 here, gun script. And this one's quite big. So what we're going to do is just go to Excel from change and time. Right click here, edit method, and then we're just going to inject behind this curly bracket. We're going to just write private void start, empty parentheses, and empty curly brackets. Compile. Now we have a start function, start method, whatever. Edit method, and now we're just gonna copy this code. I'm gonna put a link to the code, of course. Right, and now we just hit compile. And let me show you what this does. Here it is, no sights. Why is that? Well, let me just kill the game. It's because you have to hit File, Save Module, OK. And now if I start the game, alright, here it is. So remember to export, basically. So let's make these all green. How about that? Well, to do that, I recommend you press Edit Method after right-clicking. And I always recommend you keep a text file of this. Actually, let me just duplicate this, because editing stuff in here, it gets optimized. For example, here, it's called GameObject here, when it was called S1 here. It's just annoying. Use a text file to edit, and then paste it in the dnSpy is my recommendation, but do what you want. So, we're gonna start with changing the color. So I defined 3 materials, try 2, try 3. We're just going to use try for all the 3 dots. So let me just copy this, select it carefully. Right, carefully select between start, curly bracket, and after this. Right, and I just control V in there. Alright, let's file and save module, and of course this doesn't have any effect on the game. We have to kill the game and restart it. Yep, it takes a while. It takes a while. Alright, it's all green. So yeah, now it looks nicer actually. Cool. And now we're gonna try to put this on another gun. We're still in this edited text file. Basically all I want to copy is the if condition, because this is all based on if the name of a game is Colt, not is, but contains Colt 1911, because the actual name contains also the string clone. So let's just copy this part. Yeah, let's copy it. Let's insert a few new lines and paste it in here. Let's try the high point. We're gonna modify this part because it's closer to the top. So let's replace Colt with high point C9. And now we have to replace these, because these are the variable definitions for what are the objects to which we attach these dots. Front sights are on the slide, so we're just going to remove this, because the slide game object is the front sights object, and the positions are going to be completely wrong, but who cares. Rear sight is actually called rear sight. And if we wanted to put this on the Glock, we would have to replace rear sight with sight rear, but in the C9 I think it's called rear sight. Here is the position. So if you want to actually go through this and do all this work, you would have to modify these coordinates and then correct and correct and correct. You can see here that this coordinate is the left right on the rear side. So this is on the, I guess, on the left, and this is on the right probably. This I think is the vertical height, and this is the depth, and plus means closer to your face actually. If we're lucky, we're gonna see 2 of these dots. If we're not lucky, we're gonna see none of these dots. So again, let's copy from after this curly bracket from here until, well, yeah, down here. And let's right click and edit method. And again from here until over here. And there's gonna be errors, isn't there? No, it works. Okay, cool. Okay, you know what to do. Restart the game. Well, let's see if it worked. Yes, yes. So the rear sights actually do work. You can see the green dots over there, but the front sight is, I don't know, somewhere inside the slide probably. So you would have to raise it, that's for sure, and definitely reposition it, etc, etc. You know what, we're gonna actually do that. We're gonna just raise it a little bit, the front sight. Where is it? The front one is S1, I guess. So let's set this to maybe, yeah, 0.022 instead of 0.002. And again, edit method, replace all the code, and file, save module. Okay. This is the only change I'm gonna try. If we don't see the ball, well then, forget about it. Well, there it is, floating around. You would have to put it down and move it way back, but basically works. Well, fantastic then. Hope this is useful. If you do create correct position values for the other guns, oh, please do share. Just put a link in the comments. I will approve the comment, because links by default are blocked, but please do share. Have fun with the sights. I will see you next time. Ciao.